Let's go over some of the reasons and explanations of why we have certain objects on our Seder table. The salt water. Who can remember why we have the salt water? Remember, the Jews were so sad to be slaves, and when they were sad, they cried tears. So what helps us on the table remember these tears? The salt water, that's right. And we dip our vegetables into the salt water to taste it. We don't drink the salt water, we just taste it because it tastes like tears. Then on the table, we also have something, you got to guess what it is. The Jews worked so hard, they had to make their own cement. It has the same texture, it feels the same as cement. But we need to eat a little bit just to remember. What do you think that would be? The charosset, that's right. The third thing we have on our Seder table. When the Jews were slaves in Egypt, it was hard work. They weren't happy. It was bitter. So we had to have food that reminds us of the bitter times. What do you think that is? The maror, that's right. Now, when Pharaoh let the Jews out of Egypt, they didn't have much time to make fresh food. They just had time to make some dough. They didn't have time to rise our challah. What is flat that's on the table? The matzah. Okay, when the Jews left Egypt, they were so happy. They were no longer slaves anymore. They were free, so we celebrate. We drink special drinks that are for special occasions. At the Seder, we drink 4 cups of wine to celebrate. And children drink 4 cups of grape juice. So what do we have on the table? Oh, I just gave it away. The wine. Now, the Jews were finally free. They were not slaves anymore. In the olden days, it was important people that celebrated with special food. And they had a special way of eating. By leaning to the side on pillows, they got comfortable. So let's practice leaning on a pillow and feeling like important people. That's why we have the pillow. Hashem told us always to remember the story of coming out of Egypt. So the story was written in a book. What was that called? The Haggadah. It's written in Hebrew because that's a special language of the Jews. And the last item on the Seder table, who can guess what it is? I'll give you a clue. In the times of Beit HaMikdash, we did some very important things to remember that miracles happened to us when we left Egypt. What was that? The shank bone or the egg. That's right. Now, boys and girls, you're going to make your own Seder plate. Your mommies are going to receive an email, and you're going to color in the Seder plate cover, and then you're going to stick it on your plate, and you're going to marsh-parge it down, and you can make your own Seder plate. And remember, all the items that we just discussed now will all go on the Seder table. Have fun and enjoy. Shalom.